So I'd like to use AI to understand how that supports for AI providers. And this is the default model, and it's fast model. Fast way. So then it has API URL and available models. Okay, I understand. Difference between and language model is that it's the user of the Anthropic SDK wrapper. Yeah? So great. Can you update the note about them? Cool. Hey, what's up? It's Takuya here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'd like to explore the source code of a new generation code editor called Z. And this editor also supports AI agents itself. So they say it's a AI native code editor. And so I'd like to look into how they implemented these AI features. And it supports multiple providers and models. So you can choose what you prefer. Like you can configure AI features here. So here's the edit predictions, and you can choose which model and provider to use. You can specify your API key here. So if you specify like you wanna use Anthropic server or OpenAI compatible API server, the requests won't go through the Z server. Instead, the requests go to the directory, go to the AI provider servers. So which would be very secure, and they don't have to care about security, right? So it would be a great example for implementing the similar features on Inkdrop. And yeah, so I'd like to look into how they implemented these features and how they accomplished these complicated configurations with these simple setting UI. Yeah. So let's go. And I already cloned their GitHub repository here. And this repository is, so that is written in Rust. So yeah, here is the crates. And yeah, let's open up one of them. So yeah, here is a car file. So let's install these its dependencies, and I've already run it, so it's already here. So yeah. So these are the dependencies. I'd like to know the architecture of the AI features. And I don't usually write Rust, so I don't know the language specifications in details. So I'd like to use AI to look into, and so I'd like to use AI to understand briefly the architecture of Z. And here is a note about AI integrations for Inkdrop. And I've been researching briefly the possibility of libraries and the UI examples and the future ideas here. And I'd like to add processing selected text like proofreading and creating a mermaid diagram, custom prompt, and so on. And also I'd like to support or Copilot-like feature that helps you type the next edit suggestion, and using by displaying ghost text. So I'm gonna copy this note link and let Claude Code read my note. And I'd like to understand how that supports multiple AI providers and its architecture. Explore the code base and make a report, and then save it to Inkdrop. And yeah, and I want to save the report in this notebook here. So let's see what the Claude Code will generate. The user is researching AI integrations for Inkdrop and wants to learn from Jet's architecture. Yeah. And I think provider, there is a language model provider. Okay, these seem to be AI providers, and this one is Anthropic. Yeah. So while running Claude Code, I'd like to manually look into source code here. And yeah, there is a great language model. And yeah, so this is the implementation for Anthropic language model provider based on the language model provider class or interface. Yep. LSP is still initializing. Yeah, it's a huge code base. There it is. So it's in creates language model, source language model .rs. So this seems to be a base structure or trait. I don't know what trait it is. Yeah, but it is looks like interface definition. And it has ID, name, icon, default model, first model. Yeah, so it has two types of models, and this is the default model and its first model. Yeah, so it would be for like yeah, code implemented code completion, auto completion, because it's fast. Provided models, maybe it's other choices, and the recommended models is authenticate, configuration view, all okay. So it provides view, UI. Oh, interesting. So, and we set credentials. All right, that's interesting. And what's the default fast model? Great. So it's defined in, yeah, it's Claude Hike 4.5, and the default model, what's the default model? Yeah, default is where it is. So it jumped to, yeah, from language models, source provider to Anthropic source, Anthropic RS. So there is a dedicated crate. Oops. create, and it looks like it's a implementation, actual implementation of the Anthropic provider, and this only provides a definition. I don't know, but yeah, maybe so. It calls is authenticated in state. Okay, API key state has key. What is has key? API key state. It is also defined in API key RS, and is from env. So environment variable. It reads environment variable to look up the API key, and loaded. So okay, so it has an instance of API key state in the Anthropic state. Okay. All right. So provider, it has state. And there is Anthropic settings. Okay, it is the structure of settings, and it has API URL and available models. And available models are defined in settings content. Okay, so it generated a report. This here stack is built around the two trait abstraction: language model, language provider. Yeah, that's right. Here, okay. And language model is an individual model, one instance per provider by model ID. And language model provider, a factory plus authentication plus configuration UI. That's right. And providers are registered in a single global language model registry. Language model registry. Okay. And so this is the central registry for each provider and model. And it has default model. Okay. All right. Arc. Thread safe reference counting pointer. Okay. Arc. Okay. I understand. Available fallback model. All right. Set environment fallback model. All right. And next, the agent panel inline assist, commit message generator, etc. Yeah. The agent panel inline assist, commit message generator. All consume models through this registry. So all consume models through this registry. So which means inline assistant model, the commit message model, thread summary model. So it provides models for each feature. I think it's right. It's correct. And providers B3 map, language model providers. Okay. That's nice. Configure default model changed, events. Okay. Register provider, where it is called. So where it's called. Language. Great. Okay. So It's for Google Language Model Provider and DeepSeek Language Model Provider and Studio. Nice. Just language model providers, and there should be Anthropic one. Nice. Got it. A second parallel mechanism exists for external agents. Okay. That's out of scope in my case. The core abstraction language model trait, language model provider trait, streaming event type. Okay, makes sense. So language model core has a definition of completion event, and I guess it emits. The language provider emits these events for requests, right? Box stream, Anthropic event, message start, Then it doesn't override this type, No. Message start Q. Message delta. XAI Anthropic, but it's in the provider language model and provider. So I don't know what's the difference between and request shape, the registry. Yeah. Alright. How provider register at the boot. 오브의 compatible escape hatch. In settings, JSON users declare any number of these by name. Language open compatible. Credentials. What is this? Pure SDK contains the Anthropic wire format and client. Does not know about GPU and Z settings, the language model trait, and keychain. Okay. So I guess it's this is the part of Z interface, and this is the pure Anthropic SDK wrapper, and this model use this module. So I think there should be Anthropic model, yeah, and model. Anthropic completion. Yeah, pub mode completion. So it publishes completion mode, and it uses this module uses this is I don't know this. Yeah. Structure. Makes sense. Into Anthropic. Yeah, I don't understand, but yeah. I guess so. It should have a set API key. Set API key uses credentials provider. What is credential provider? Read credentials, write credentials, delete credentials. Okay, so it looks like it is the interface for storing API key used to abstract overreading and writing credentials to some form of processes. Okay. Keychain, like keychain, okay. Keychain. Noise. Yeah, that's it. So credential provider abstracts keychain access, macOS keychain, Windows noise, waves in the settings. Okay, I'd like to know the details of credentials provider. So this one will be. Where is API key? API key uses credentials provider store noise. Okay, set or delete the API key in the system keychain, write credentials, bearer, provider. What's provider? Provider is credentials provider, and where the store function code. LSP is running. Oh, it couldn't find the code, incoming calls. Oh, really? I guess it's API key state. And API key state structure is here, and it's implementation and no result. Where is prediction provider setup? Anthropic API key state has store, and so how they so dot store and this specifies credentials provider. Then the credentials provider is retrieved from credentials provider cron. And it's arc, and where it is specified. How is initialized? So credential providers has keychain. Provider, right? Where is the key ring? Keychain. Implementation. Key ring, or keychain, or keychain access. What is this? Running key providers. Okay, Z credentials provider, Z credentials provider, Z credential provider, Z credential provider has keychain. Okay. And an environment variable whose presence indicates that system should be used in the The platform-specific keychain code itself isn't in any of these crates. It lives inside GPUI's app as 6. It's just a thin trait shaped wrapper around those. A credentials provider that stores credentials in the system keychain. Credentials provider okay, that's the implementation of credential provider, and it uses keychain and write update, and it calls I guess it's a sync app. And GPU, it's a GPUI app, the RS, and it calls platform write credentials, and notice where it is platform. So there should be macOS or something like that. macOS key maps GPUI macOS. Okay, bingo. And key. Where is key? Platform. And credentials. Alright. So it calls keychain. Yeah, makes sense. Nice. Okay, now I understand this architecture to store API keys in the system keychain. And yeah, what is this? So yeah, I already understand that. Okay, so it's a credential provider and the language model, and there is a SDK wrapper, and it uses Anthropic. So this is the the SDK wrapper module, and language model is that it's the user of the Anthropic SDK wrapper, and this is under the Z language model. So it provides a common interface that can be used in the Z app. Makes sense. And it has a configuration or settings interface. Right, settings. And it has API URL, available models, and I think it is defined in all language model settings. Okay, interesting. Cool. So unwrap default. Available models. Where is available models defined? So hike code. Open code, complex feature models. Okay. Hi. Claude hike. Bedrock. That's not okay. So here is the model definitions. So it's under the crates /Anthropic. Okay. It's a. Alright. same file. Nice. And model. Anthropic model. Gotcha. So create language model. And default. Anthropic colon model default. And default is Claude Sonnet 4.5. Yeah. I think that's JSON schema. Okay. JSON schema. Helper. Derive helper. It's a. I guess it's a macro. Okay. Okay. Nice. All right. Can you update the note about them? Key file index, language model trait. Nice. Okay. So Claude Code updated these sections about credential provider and then credential providers and Copilot UI, GPUI. Yeah, platform dependent implementations. Okay, nice. So it has GPUI. Yeah, GPUI activity. macOS abstraction, masterOS abstraction trait, Windows displays. Cool. Okay, I can refer them later. Nice. Cool. So I think I understand briefly about the architecture of Z, and I can reuse these architecture and setting structure for Inkdrop. I hope it's helpful for using AI to explore the open source code base, and so I hope you enjoy it. And I'm gonna implement AI features for Inkdrop. Yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.